Allergies. Feeling like your nose is about to drop off every time you sneeze. Feeling like you've been catapulted a million miles away every time you hold a tissue and duck your head. Feeling like shit, basically. Feeling drained of energy and feeling like you can't breathe out your nose because actually you literally can't, and neither can you smell, and that affects your food, and let's face it, it affects your love life because you feel like a snotty, horrible gremlin or something. And so I have some kind advice, because I personally have allergies, rhinitis particularly, caused by dust, cats, pollen, fucking everything. But I have a solution, and so far so good. It involves getting up every morning straight away and writing 3 pages. 3 pages of how I'm feeling. And now let's face it, I wake up in the morning sneezing and feeling physically tested. And that has an effect on my emotions, and it has an effect on my thoughts. And so I've been writing 3 pages, and what I'm actually finding is that my thoughts and emotions, yes, they are affected by my allergies, but hang on a minute. What if my thoughts and emotions are actually creating my allergies? I'm starting to think that now, because the things I'm writing about, it's like really old, past, unresolved stuff, and really far in the future, stuff that I'm worried about, stuff that comes up day and day again. And so I am finding that I'm coming into more awareness of all this mental clutter that, for all I know, my body is trying to expel through snot, basically. And it's working for me to sort of see my feelings out on the pages. And sometimes I do like little exercises to get me writing. Like maybe I'll write a letter to myself, to the angels. Maybe I'll ask a question to myself, to the angels. Now, your angels, if you don't know about your angels already, I'll make you a video about that. It's really important that you know. But that aside, no matter what your beliefs are, sorting out your thoughts and emotions is really important, because when you're feeling spiritually and emotionally in a good place, and your thoughts are a bit more coherent with that good place, because let's face it, our mind is a monkey and it will just go wild whenever it wants. But the more we practice states of mind, and I learned this at a meditation retreat, the more we practice states of mind, the more it becomes familiar to us, the more the neural pathways are built to enable us to access that mental state. And so if you're practicing an awareness of your thoughts and your feelings, then you're able to create more of a condition where you're aware more of the time. And so, you know, if you do realise, oh, hang on, I'm feeling like really, really emotionally upset right now, and I have an allergy, I would feel probably a lot better if, instead of worrying about the allergy or whatever it is that's bothering me, if I did something or focus my attention on something that I love. Now, that might sound really difficult to focus on something that you love when you're feeling down or your face is like full of snot, but actually it's worth doing. And the way you can do that is, first of all, you have to take some deep breaths. And for years, probably about 2 years ago, I was told to start noticing my breath more. Actually, no, 3 years ago, I did a course on how to breathe, and since then I've done various yoga and and meditation practices, which have been about breathing. And I've found that just slowing down my breathing and making, and it can be really hard when your nose is blocked because you're like it's pretty bad. But when you slow down your breathing, and particularly when you extend the exhale, you become more relaxed. Your thoughts feel more spacious, and you become more aware of what's going on in the body, more at peace with it, not necessarily identifying completely with the body, because you have this power over it, actually, that you can breathe, you can choose to breathe. And so a really good thing to do is to count as many seconds it takes to breathe in. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but all in one breath. And then breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be 8, it might be 13, it might be 3 for you, wherever you are at. And using that breath technique of breathing in the same amount as you breathe out can sort of balance you. And then if you want to get even more relaxed, then increase the expire. What else can I say to you? Oh yeah, and so once you're calm, which is just so important, then go out for a walk. Go out in the fresh air if you can. If like it's not really bad hay fever you have or something, in which case you might just want to lie down, and then just go into like this space of innocence where it's like you're a baby, and stop having like judgments about the world and yourself. If you notice them, just be like, oh, I've noticed it. That's fine. I acknowledge it. It's there, but it's not really you. It's just some sort of programming that society has given you, or that you formed from past experiences. But it's not actually you, because you yourself are formless. That's why you're infinite and cosmic and full of love. Because yeah, seriously, you're divine. And yeah. So the most important thing you can do is to just be in the state of innocence now, and then to focus on what you love. And it can be the first thing that comes to your mind, the first thing you see in the room, and you just focus on that, and your power increases, your sense of self-worth, your happiness increases. And I actually did a test like last night, because I learnt this at a workshop called Awaken Your Hero. Awaken Your Hero. And it was called the unbendable arm exercise. And people, you can try this. Get someone's arm like that and just try and like push it back. And you might be able to do it quite easily if they're just like looking at their arm and they're struggling. But if that person then focuses on something that they really love, and then you try and push their arm back, it's almost impossible, or at least a lot harder if you're like really strong. Then yeah, I was amazed that worked, and it just shows the power of the mind, is what I'm trying to say. And so use that power of the mind. And for instance, this morning, I went out for a walk. I was feeling a bit shit, and I went out. I felt a lot better after my pages as well, though. But I did go out, and then just having a walk in the morning is really good. And I rolled down a hill in the park, and I went on the children's play things. because there was none around, and so it was all for me. And yeah, getting into this the state of joyfulness. Before I did, so I walked there and I got to the park and then meditated, and then I saw the children's plaything and I was like, I can't meditate any longer. I just really want to go on the playthings. But it was fun. And so that's what you got to do. You just got to love yourself, really. And allergies are difficult, but I'm noticing that even though symptoms sometimes are quite bad, they're not actually as bad as the times when I used to get really upset and stressed about it. Sometimes I couldn't even leave the house. Sometimes I was in bed for a week because I was so tired of sneezing and I just couldn't stop sneezing. And I felt so sorry for myself. And, you know, that's no way to live. So what I'm saying is that if you can spiritually uplift yourself, which is what I'm on a journey of doing now, you get better and better. And I really think that I'm going to carry on getting better, and I think you're going to do it with me. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it was alright.